All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the race weekend. We are here in round 12 in Abu Dhabi. This is the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix for the Champions Series. I'm your host, Stinky Juan, and I'm here with Jay of Wolfpack Performance.
What's poppin', everybody? What's going on? We're here for the last race. Definitely hope it's a good one.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's a good one, too. There's, as you can see on the, I guess you can't, but they can. You can see the constructors is really close with 306 for Aston Martin and 333 for the Williams team.
Small little difference between the two teams, 27 points, but definitely Williams looking like they may secure that with the driver's point standing with Broken and Project Race GP being second and third, and the Aston Martin teammate a little bit off, just right there inside the bottom of the top five, capping it off with Williams at the top of that. So if Williams consistently keeps doing what they're doing, they should be able to hold that off.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and then you have the fight between the two drivers, so Limp and Miller. That one's really close. Only 16 points separates them. And even when you look at their stats, it's almost identical.
Man,
everywhere.
Nine podiums.
Yeah, 9 podiums, 5 wins for both.
Collecting a bunch of those points, but the pole is just too off, and both teams and drivers seem to be pretty consistent warding off any DNF. So hopefully we don't see any this race, but if we do, that is racing.
Yeah, it is. And we are getting close to starting. We should be starting soon. It is a sprint weekend, and we're using a reverse championship grid order, which means we just start from a sprint, and it means all the drivers with less points are in the front, and the fast ones are the ones with the most are in the back. So it's interesting. I think we've had 2 so far, and I've seen Limp do really good on both of the sprints here, being able to get through the drivers pretty quickly and get into the front pretty early on. And I'm curious if he'll be able to do that again, because if they want to win that constructors, they're going to need but it's not just a one-person game either. Renzo will have to do his part as well here, because that is
correct.
Yeah, you can't just do it on your own. I think they need. I think they just need a difference of 30. Let's see, what is the number?
27 points between Team Williams and Aston Martin as far as the constructor championship.
And there's 50. There's almost 50 points. So it's, I believe, 49 points up for grabs. So really, all they're looking for is, you just need to get that below, right? So here and there, somebody like Miller just doing really good in the sprint, or even Landon, just either of them doing really good in the sprint will cut in that gap. But then Renzo and Limp will have to race like insane. They'll have to actually get up into the front and then stay there because of it. Because they need to go perfect, essentially, right? They need to 1-2 and then 1-2 almost. They don't actually have to do 1-2 for both, but they definitely need to be up there. They need to be on podium. You would expect them to be on podium if they want a chance to win. And they have a chance. But we have a few fast drivers here today, which will be trying to mess that up. So we have the Haas team has been showing really good pace lately from Nikolai and Vision. So I'm curious to see how that pans out.
Yeah, that's definitely way different from actual Formula One constructor standings.
Yeah, exactly.
And definitely, even if you think about Aston Martin in comparison to the 1-1 Formula One, Aston Martin probably would have done a lot better this season had Lance Stroll been able to contribute to his team's performance like Alonso did. So Renzo's in a better position than Lance Stroll, and if he could participate and contribute in that sprint and this race, they definitely could have an opportunity to get the constructors. And of course, Limp and Miller being 16 points off from each other, a smaller distance than the Constructors' Championship, there's an opportunity there for Miller there's definitely some competitive things to watch out for, but I still am hoping to see a competitive battle even in the midfield to give us a
Ooh,
little bit of
yes.
action off the grid.
Yeah, there should be. So from our last sprint, Hill in Brazil had this amazing sprint where he was able to defend off, I believe it was Miller, in for a long time, and then even after that, he was able to keep third place going into the main event. So there is drivers who tend to be more of a mid pack driver, can shine in the sprint, and then hopefully they can continue that over into the race. With this reverse grid order, giving some of these mid pack drivers a bit of an extra gap from the guys they usually fight against. So hopefully that'll. I'll be interested to see what happens there with those drivers too, because, and then there's some that they're not necessarily slow; they just haven't showed up a bunch. So those drivers will have an advantage because they'll get to be up front. So we'll see if they're able to keep that position going into the main event. So I think it's more of like, how many will some of these drivers lose? How many will the other drivers gain over the sprint? Because the sprint, it is points, but obviously the main event is more important. It has a significant amount of points. The points from the sprint is still good. It's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it is points, but I think some of these guys will be aiming to just make sure they don't lose as many positions, so that when they go into the sprint or go into the main event, they have a good chance of continuing that on and getting some decent points here.
Well, I definitely would look forward to that. I think there's some things to be said about the sprint and a lot of people's feelings as far as Formula One in this way, but
Yeah,
I definitely think the way you all are doing it is a better way, and I wish Formula One would take some notes to a lot of things that you said to be more competitive and competitive first and entertaining second, but just more
for
competitive. I think
sure.
we all get tired of seeing top teams double dip. We'd want to see those top teams for
Yeah,
those, those auxiliary
for
points,
sure.
and the bottom teams have an ability to try to capture some of those points, knowing damn well they won't get
Yeah,
them in the actual. So yeah, I definitely am a fan of the
yeah.
reverse grid.
And with that, actually, you bringing that up, the only other driver to win other than Miller and Limp this season was Super, and he won it because it was a sprint race. So he had a really good start. I think he was in P2 from the sprint, and then to the main event, he was able to win the race right before Limp was able to catch him. So it does show that this order can work to where it gives an advantage to drivers who aren't necessarily, they're a little bit slower right now to the other drivers in pace. They're not necessarily slower in qualifying, but pace wise they're slower. And we've seen that with Super being able to get a race win this season in the sprint. So it is possible. So it is possible that one of these other drivers wins the race, and we go into, trying to figure out who wins the constructors, because the constructors is only between the Aston Martin and the Williams, because they have just significantly more points than the rest of the grid. But we're talking about 100 points, like about almost 100 points. Yeah, over 100. So, I mean, they've been driving really well all season. Both teams, like they have had top caliber driver between Miller and Lamp. Neither of them DNFing in any of the races. And then you could see even in the constructors comparison, there've only been one DNF from the other two drivers. So the number 2 driver has also been showing up, and I think that's where the big gap between them and then the rest of the grid is just the consistency from the number 2 driver on top of the number ones. They're just trading wins every weekend pretty much.
Yeah, well, sometimes trading works out for people, and in this situation,
sure.
definitely has. In this situation, it definitely has. So I do want to say big shout out to all drivers in attendance for this last race. It does take a bit of commitment and discipline
Yeah,
to something, for a duration of time, but
for
definitely
sure.
rewarding. Hoping to see that consistently increase throughout the rest of you all season going forward to season 4, of course.
Of course. I wonder what's going on. I just saw 2 drivers get disconnected. I think there's there's definitely an issue right now where with the drivers trying to get in to the race. So since we're just sitting here, so in Britain, so I think it was like 2 races ago, we had where we started qualifying and then randomly everybody got kicked from the server. We just all got sent back to the lobby. And then when we were in the race, like on lap 20 or something, close to the end of the race, like half the grid got DC'd and like their servers in their region was down and stuff. We were like, what the? So hopefully it's nothing like that. And it's just a few connection issues here and there. But we'll see.
They really need to. There are some things in the platform that definitely need to have some attention.
Oh, they're saying sprint settings doesn't seem to be working.
And this is part of the entire situation. Is more common a little bit more common than I'd like for a platform that definitely is getting gobs of money through subscription payments, and I just think that EA Sports should EA Sports should give a lot more attention and appreciation to us, not only as spectators, but people who play this game avidly and are putting in lap times on top of lap times, on top of practice, on top of qualities. I think that they owe it to us as a community to make sure that this foundation and this program is stronger than this.
All right, it looks like they're trying to update the server right now. Oh, it looks like they're just
They're all dropping off, so there must
be, so we'll probably have to restart. It's
oh, there you go.
I mean, not a surprise. We'll get a re-invite here. Comes with the territory, you know that. The new lobby sorted sprint issue.
Right, it is part of it. You rarely ever are able to start on time, and rarely is it ever your fault more than it is EA Sports' fault. But that is why sometimes I think people should understand why when they come to a live, they're like, "Oh, they've already started." Yeah. Surprised it works its way out where you'll realize we've started 15 minutes early, and then we'll end up 15 minutes late. But had we not started 15 minutes early, we'd be 30 minutes late. So
exactly.
That's exactly how.
I mean, they even, this lobby was set up, a while ago. So, just like you said, we set it up like almost a half hour ago, but yeah. But it should be okay. Usually the second time people come in, it's quicker. That was weird. I don't know why it did that, but
it's true. Second time around seems to be the charm. Like I say, I-101, turn it off and turn it back on.
I mean, that server maybe was just really bad, so it's good that we left it.
Right, before we actually got started.
Exactly. All right, so we do have KO here. He'll be our little eyes and ears, and he'll be helping people get back in. But he's with us now. So there was just a server issue, huh? It seemed like you guys couldn't actually load into the race. I was wondering what was taking so long. Oh, let me.
They wanted to change the sprint format because it was saying 29 sprint laps and then 29 race laps.
Oh my gosh! I didn't even notice that. That's crazy. I didn't even know you could do that. All right, it looks like. All right, I don't see you, Wolfpack. Did you get in here already?
Yeah, it says checking privileges and it's going to
okay. It's doing its thing.
Right.
Yeah. So I know you're going to be starting your season up soon. How do you feel about this invite button not existing anymore?
Oh man.
they went backwards instead of
Yeah,
forwards.
that, and honestly, the step forward to me, man, would have been to just have a blanket invite all friends. And I don't know why they haven't implemented that yet, but I would prefer that. Just if you want to show everybody that's online and that's all we get to send invite to, fine. But there should be a blanket
Yeah,
all. You shouldn't have to go one
yeah.
after another, one after another.
You're trying to
That
say
is,
a compromise to the. I understand trying to program it so that it will let you send only to a specific group. You know what I would like is just being able to select drivers and then
yes,
sending it
there you go.
instead of
I would,
constantly going back into the list. It's like
yep,
just let me go in that list once. Let me go in
and
there
check.
once. Let me grab a bunch of people and then send it out. Like even that would be fine. Obviously, having it to where you could save a group of invites would be nice, but
Yeah, I would
that's
prefer it to
probably
be able to have a
asking.
go down and pop everybody I want to send an invite to and say invite these drivers and go from there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
I think
KO spectator.
right, even as yeah, I am spectator right now.
I was talking to KO, just making sure he. All right, we're good now. All right. Was it is it just 15 drivers or are we missing somebody still?
Yes, well, yeah, 15, 14.
16. All right, we have 16
Then
drivers now.
that's 14.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, are we missing? Oh, we're missing the other Mercedes. Yeah, we got to get that Mercedes in here. Wow, we actually have a decent
Paul
grid.
and are both there.
Oh, he is
So
there. Okay, we're good.
there.
I think everybody's
Yeah.
here then. Yep. There we go. Oh, we actually do have two Ferraris here today. So Ferrari is fighting for. They are fighting for a spot. So this is going to be interesting to see.
Yes, Ferrari is fighting to keep their spot. Actually, they're fighting to keep their spot away from their customer team Haas.
Yeah,
Only 16
dude.
points off from capturing that fourth spot. That's not too far off where Ferrari is right now in real time with Mercedes.
Oh, don't tell me. So we're gonna get easy points, or for
Easy
Alfa Romeo?
points. For who? For
No,
Alfa
no,
Romeo? Is there
well,
an Alfa Romeo?
yeah, Racer X.
Oh, he went to Alfa Romeo. Okay. Oh, none of your drivers are here today, huh?
Nope, Super
That's
can't make it.
unfortunate.
He can't make it. Sway, I don't know where he is.
Yeah, it happens.
Alright.
It happens. But you got one. Racer X driving for Alfa Romeo.
I know.
Yeah, I'm
which is
interested. The Alpha Tauri's fighting for a position against the Haas team, but that Haas team, man, they're good. They had like almost nobody in the first half of the season. They barely got any points, and then this back half, man, they've been on fire, getting points like every race, like a decent amount of points, like fourth, fifth, sixth areas every time. So I hopefully I'm not hyping them up too much.
yeah.
But
That's a big gap for them to try and rival Haas though. That's a total of 40 plus points. I'm more see if
yeah.
they could close that 19-point gap to McLaren and see if that's something they can do there. Especially maybe Yuki may be giving them some good vibes with how he performed in Q3 all throughout Q1, Q2, and Q3, leading Dan and Rick today.
Oh, I was talking about ours.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying hopefully Yuki will have given them.
Oh yeah.
In the East world, they will take after Yuki and probably surprise us with a performance and overtake McLaren.
For sure. All right, it looks like they are readying up here, so hopefully we'll get started. Apologies for the late start, but it's out of our hands. But we will be starting. Well, I guess we'll be going into practice first, so they can all get their setups. But we'll be starting the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. I'm your host, Stinky Wan. I'm here with Jay from Wolfpack Performance and KO.
They do.
Yeah, and they've got the start. It's starting. The buttons are going. Let's do
Last
this.
race, Champion Series.
We got there we go.
Yeah, round 12. Here we go. So we're going to be going into, first we have to go into the practice so they get all set up. It just gives them, I found this is the best way to do it when you don't go into a quali session, because man, the chaos that exists if you don't, it's not worth it. It's not worth
I find
it.
I'm like stuck in the lobby. Nobody's here.
Yeah. Well, that could happen too, but let's just not. Let's hope good things.
So let me ask you this: you're in favor of free practice before any of the other sessions?
What do you mean? Oh,
Like,
no. We for quali, if we just do a quali into a race, we just go straight into quali. We don't add a free practice in front. We only have a free practice in front of this because they would start on the grid, and we don't want them to have to rush to do it because some people will just hit the button. So this just protects them from that, from having to rush to get their setup on and then changing their fuel and building a strategy and all that kind of stuff. Oh, we already have Wildcat get disconnected, so if you can add him back in.
Yep.
Let's see, is anybody not running their name? Kumar isn't. And Anders isn't. Oh, Anders is. Oh, they both are. I just haven't named them. And Kumar.
Any predictions for the race, or?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Miller and a surprise for third, Limp for second.
Okay.
What about yourself?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, honestly, this isn't the strongest track for Miller. He hasn't had a good history here. So I'm actually gonna go with Limp winning it here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go with Vision winning it here. Limp getting second. Miller getting third.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's mine. Right? Oh yeah, please retire, everybody. Retire out, please. Retire out, please. This sometimes takes them a bit of time. These guys are.
If Miller wins and Limp won't get P5.
Why are race cars on track? That's a good question. See, I have no idea if my prediction's right. It's just what I feel, you know?
That's what nothing wrong with that prediction. 7 times out of 10 we're incorrect with it anyway.
I mean, 100% of the time. I mean, I said that wrong. 10% of the time, I'm 100% right. Yeah, we got this. Here we go. I am curious to see the grid. We should have a formation lap so we can see what the tires are going to be. This is Abu Dhabi. I think it will be the mediums, since it is a pretty decent track. It's still really high speed corners, so I don't think you should risk the softs here for 10 laps. That's a lot of laps to try to
make it on
try
those
to
softs.
make it. Yeah, man. Wildcat is just he cannot load in to the session. Every time we load into a session, he gets kicked. I don't know if you guys noticed. Yeah, he got kicked out again.
Yes.
Mamma mia.
Yeah. He's just putting you to work, man. That's all.
Right. I'm looking for an invite now.
Oh, wait, you got kicked too?
Yes.
All right.
I don't have him, so
I can add him. I can add him.
formation lap is starting.
It's good we have a formation lap. Gives you time to get back in. All right, here we go. So we have Anders in first. Or Anders, I don't know. Anders. He's probably Norwegian. How would you say that? Probably, you think, if it's Norwegian.
Anders.
Well, he is.
Huh?
He is. Because he's in the friend group with Limp, is he? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
is Limp Norwegian? Is he? No.
Yes, he is. B whatever. BTA?
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody went or mediums, like I predicted. I don't think it's worth these servers. Yeah. All right, just waiting for him to get back in somehow.
Yeah, gotta love this. This is the way. This is the life.
Are you getting like constantly kicked now?
Yes, people have no idea what we deal with. They should enjoy the hosting and everything, because it is a task. I got to put credit to you all for having a racing series, and I want to just say salute to you all for being on your third season, because that's a growing, and there are a lot of growing pains with that. But for you all to stick with it like you have, people should applaud for.
I mean, you should be able to get in. Wildcat, when it resets, it should just get you into your car. So you should be fine if you're in the lobby. KO, can you add him as a friend just in case he gets kicked again?
Yep.
Yeah, I see it's loading.
Yeah. We're getting on the grid.
Why can't I add him?
You can, you just have to... Oh, maybe you can't from this area.
Dang,
well,
good.
If he gets kicked, then he'll send you an invite, I guess. Or a friend request. Yeah. All right, but we're here. We're getting on the grid. I know you can't see it, but...
We're on the grid.
Let's hope Wildcat gets set back into his car here. We are
on board with the 5th place with Fallen Angel.
All right, we're here.
Yes.
And
all right, and we're off.
Alpine in 5th. Nice start for the Alpine in 5th.
Yeah, really good jump. Oh, right on the outside there, Racer X trying to go for it. Oh, it's also because there's the slow traffic going on.
The outside on that Ferrari there was sweet. Coming up right now to Kumar.
Vision getting all the way up to 5th now.
Collision with that from Terry and Mercedes.
Oof. That's not good. It looks he'll drop 7 positions because of that. And we have a lot of cars. Oh, crash.
McLaren making some contact with the Haas.
No, that was a Williams, wasn't it? Oh, virtual safety car? So which driver took... So Limp takes a collision behind on Lungy, probably safety car trigger. So which one of the Williams took damage there?
Have a look.
Wow. Limp takes a stop go. That's huge there. Nikolai actually retires out here. Is it going to trigger a full safety then?
At first, he was trying to get the car moving. It seemed like he was able, it was still under power and he was able to kind of move off, but then maybe something transpired there and it just went ahead and DNF'd him. But he was trying to get on his way for a moment there, and then there was nothing.
Yeah. Wow, and with that, we still have Anders in first. Kumar holding second. Kumar's a pretty fast driver too, so he should be able to hold that for a pretty decent amount of time. X still holding or drops 1 position, goes into P4. Vision into 2 position gain for P5. We race start. Nobody else gets one. But Limp taking that huge stop go is going to hurt him here because he's still going to have to go into the pits. And we see this huge fight in the back. Oh, there's so many drivers. This is a really dangerous corner, or straight. It's not even a corner, it's a straight. It's so dangerous out here, though.
I am on board with Miller right now, and somebody just locked up. I think it was his teammate that locked up in that other Williams on that turn.
Yeah.
He's coming back behind.
We had Limp pass somebody too. And Limp's passing too. From the outside. Or inside. Oh, this is a huge group. Everybody's still trying to sift through the slower drivers here.
Oh, the McLaren is off track. The McLaren is off track. That would be
no.
Will is off track to the wall, trying to find his way into reverse to continue on to that race. Lost several positions there. That definitely hurt him right there. He's definitely going to be on the back foot like major.
Yeah, and Anders just flying. Limp actually flying. He got... Wait, I missed that. He went all the way to 3rd.
Oh, there's a battle between Broken and Renzo coming down the main straight, but Renzo has the inside, and Broken goes for the switchback, and he gets it. Goes through Miller on Renzo and the Aston Martin. So from 9th up to 8th, and now up to 7th right off that.
Oh, and a virtual safety car triggered again.
Wow.
So interesting thing. Okay, so this stop go. What is this stop go? How much? Is it actually stop go? Stop goes. Do you have to take that in 3 laps, or can you just?
No, I think stop and goes. You have to take it.
Okay, so he does have to come in before the end of the race, or he could just take the penalty at the end.
I want to say you have to take that. If you don't, then I think the penalties it's a little bit more harsh if you don't take it. But I think you have to take it within so many laps. I
mean, yeah, unless it's a 20, it's gonna be worth staying out, and you know, if you don't get disqualified, that is. So Miller getting to P6 there. So that's good. X still holding P5.
I'm about to talk about Race X. Right now, he is fighting for his life. I think even without seeing mirrors, Miller, he feels that pressure. He knows the type of pressure that he's under. Even if he doesn't see Miller, Miller can be kind of similar to Jason Voorhees. You don't think he's there, and the next thing you know, you just end up with a blade in your back. So Racer X is driving right there, right behind him, breathing down his neck. And I think that's the best thing for him to do, as long as he can do it without making mistakes. And right there was a mistake going off track, ruining his line, and definitely costing him pace.
Yeah, we have Vision now here, close to Limp. Limp, I think, passed him. So it's interesting to see that Vision actually has the pace on him, and he's about to pass him right here. Gets it to P3.
Goes the Haas is going to get through on the inside, and that was a nice move with the DRS right there.
Yeah, but now they're going to trade, so he's going to be able to hold this position with this second DRS zone. Limp will have the activation now.
It's activated right now, and he's going to try to go around the outside, but is he going to be able to get there? And he does get the move.
And he
so
does,
it looks like
yeah.
We're going to have a little bit of trading here going on between these two drivers. Who's going to put the better laps together once they get out in front without DRS to kind of put that distance between each other is going to be the question.
Yeah, do you think they fight at all, or do you think they're going to just be pushing each other through? We have this huge battle. Oh.
Yeah. There, you saw that car off to the side.
Oh, no. Kumar with the mistake. Oh. No, Racer X.
Racer X falling.
Oh, no.
He is falling back. That was a huge error.
Wing damage. Full safety car. This is horrible for a driver like Limp.
Missing his front wing, fellas. That front wing is gone.
Can you take... I wonder if you could take this stop go at all. Because some of the penalties you can, and some you can't.
Cannot do stop and go under safety cars or virtual safety cars. Only when you're racing.
Right. Correct. Yeah. So he's going to take the mediums off. He's going for the softs. And Racer X is going to get a new front wing.
Yeah.
And he's going to All
Few of these
compound
drivers, I think, are doing that. Few of these drivers getting a new wing here. And with these drivers in the back, did they get collected? They didn't. So because they didn't get collected, they can all pit still, which is really nice for them. But this hurts a driver like Limp, who has to still take a stop go. I believe he'll still pit because there's no reason not to.
Yeah, especially with vision that close up on him.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to fight
that right.
otherwise.
Get rid of that and try to go clean, or it's not going to benefit. It's not going to benefit him either way. Right now, he's just choosing the worst of the less evil out of the two options.
Yeah, we'll see what he does here. And we actually see Anders stays out. Anders does not go into the pits. Limp does.
Yeah, Limp comes to the pits.
And Vision stays out here. And I'm assuming Miller's going to come in because he sees his team, he sees his rival. No, he stays out. So a lot of these drivers choosing position over tires, which is somewhat understandable.
It looks like for a second he may have served that penalty or some of it, but there was a slight pause there, but he still does have that.
He might have had wing. He might have replaced the wing.
Yep. That's what it was. Okay.
I think it was because he served his stop go.
Yeah. What I thought there was a pause.
He served his stop go. So he's done. Wherever he's at, he's in P6 right now. He's in P6.
Yes, he is.
But you could see here, Renzo goes into the pits again. And this is hurting the Aston Martin team because they need these points.
They do.
Oh, and he comes into the pits.
Point gap, Williams and Aston Martin, and with Renzo in the pits right now, that's no points right now in this sprint race at all. So he's not going to help.
No points for him, right now.
Yeah, so he's definitely, and he's got his work cut out for him, trying to climb back into the 8th, because the 8th spot is none like the GP. The 8th spot is the last spot for points. 10 won't get you anything. 9 won't get you anything. So he's made a decision that is going to handicap him, and he still has that penalty on there. So we need to see if he's going to serve that, or is that going to be a stop go. But right now he is out, correct?
Who's out?
Renzo.
No, Renzo, he's still out. Yeah, he's still out there. Yeah,
well, he's out of the points because they need P8 to get 8 points.
Yeah, he need just for a point for sure.
Collecting a penalty points right there, collecting a time penalty right there, already sitting in 15th and not doing himself any service right there, collecting that. But I guess the good thing is he can't lose 15. So how are you all feeling about your predictions thus far, based on what you see now?
Half of it's good for me. The other half's not. Vision's in the spot I expected him to be in, but now he has a driver like Miller right behind him, and so that's a bit scary. I didn't expect that, but he's been doing a really good job of getting through that pack.
12 positions from his starting spot.
Yeah, huge. We have Landon with 9, Limp with 10.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are expected to be up there. Renzo was up there. Don't know what happened to him. But so the amount of points we're looking for constructors to clinch is 33 deficit. So 33 any direction. So the points that Miller's getting and the points that Landon are in right now, that would go to that 33. The lack of points from the other two, that's also would contribute to the 33 points. So it's looking really strong for Williams right now.
Yeah, it is. And we spoke about that prior to entering into the event, that Williams definitely seemed like they had a leg up, and that Aston Martin was going to need to do what they needed to do here and in the race. Yeah. And right now, as you said, just that with Renzo in 14th, he's definitely pulling a Lance Stroll right now.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, right? That's the point of getting all those points early, right? Because then you don't end up in this issue where you're trying to make up such a huge deficit of 27 points is a huge deficit to try to make up. And Miller's trying to do the same thing in the drivers' championship. He's trying to make up 16 points. So we'll see if he's able to make those points up. And I cannot believe we are still under safety car.
I know. I was just about to say that these soft tires are getting a gift early for Christmas, with these cars being under the safety car, just kind of helping preserve those tires until it's really go time. Depending on when this is done or when the safety car comes in, we could
I thought it was. I thought it would be now. Like, I don't get why we are doing another one. We're literally going to start with 2 laps left. That's it.
That's what I was saying. 2 laps in this race.
It's a 2-lap shootout, man. This is going to be dangerous. There's going to be drivers doing things that they should not be doing. And there's going to be drivers. So we'll see.
I thought Vegas was last week, but we're about to see a lot of gambling right now.
A lot of gambling's about to happen. Please do not leave your doors open.
Don't.
Because somebody's going to try to go right through it.
There are so many out in the night right now. You're likely to even miss your TV, your game system, and everything else. Maybe even the donuts. They will be gone too.
They're going to take your doormat while they're on it. All right, safety car in. All right, here we go. I think we only have one driver who's in the back that has a penalty, so everybody else says in. Renzo has a 3, so the odds of him, this is not good for them.
No. And still, Limp is going to have to do what he can to improve his position if he wants to. Not as much as
2 laps on softs. Is it that big of a difference? It's 7 laps to 2 laps.
Hey,
so it's closer to 5 to 0, but
they are packing up. This already.
Here we go.
Caddish.
Yeah, see when Anders goes.
He's gonna break.
Wow, he's still not going.
He's still gonna hold it, and there he goes.
And he's not. Oh, he still hasn't gone. Now he's gone.
There he goes. He breaks off.
Wow.
Miller, well prepared, but kind of backed up by the Haas Vision. We're going to see what he can do with him in short order. He is on mediums.
Oh, Limp takes. And you get disconnected. Wow, Limp.
That's up.
Limp tried to go on the outside there. Miller now going on the inside of Vision, but isn't able to get it.
Oh my gosh, that is horrible.
Yeah, Anders defending because we only have 2 laps left. There is no DRS, so everybody's gonna have to get this on just through merit.
Yeah, the old way.
A huge fight for first. Anders, Vision, Miller, all fighting. There is a fight in the middle with Will, Druid, and Paul as well. And we're about to start our last lap here. With Miller going on the outside of Vision, but Vision holding the inside, has the inside advantage. Still holding it. Oh, Miller is there. He really wants this, but Vision will not let him through. Yeah, this is the sprint. So we have Vision still holding that position. Anders in P1. Did not expect this. Renzo. Guess where Renzo is right now? He's in P7.
Renzo? Oh my God.
Or P6 now. Vision goes back. Vision, I missed what happened to Vision.
Man, I can tell you right now, Vision was kicked.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Several drivers were kicked moments ago, including myself.
Including you. But Vision was there up to this point.
He was. He was.
That sucks.
That sucks big time.
So now Anders defending off Miller. Is he going to be able to do it? We are here on the last lap through the last sector. The track with no names. This track really have no names for any of the corners?
That's a very Good
They don't
question, because now that I think about it, I don't recall. Commentators love to,
Yeah.
exploit their knowledge and acumen. So they love using the names versus the numbers. And I don't recall them using names for any of
Yeah.
the turns in Abu Dhabi. So that may very well
I
be
don't
true.
think it does. But here we go.
I'm not
Anders
opposed
trying
to
to
it.
hold them off here. Going through the last two corners. Miller on the outside. He gets it. He pulls it off.
Yes.
And Miller pulls it
Let's
off.
go.
Takes P1. Anders takes C2. Lungy
Let's
with
go,
P3.
Miller.
Renzo drops to P5. Paul taking P4. Druid taking P6. Limp still finding a way to get P7. Landon getting the final point with Will, Hill, Racer X, Wildcat, Vision, sadly, Kumar, and Sunby all in the back. Wow, that is so unfortunate for Vision. He was doing so well, and then his Aussie internet just said, "I'm done with this European server."
It is definitely not friendly.
Yeah, it is definitely not friendly. So our qualifying order is now going to be Miller, Anders, Lungy, Paul, Renzo, Druid, Limp, Lannon, Will, Hillian, Racer X, Wildcat, Vision, Fallen, Kumar, Nikolai. Vision was ghosted the whole time. Well, he wasn't ghosted. He was definitely racing, though, even though he might have been ghosted the whole time. He was definitely racing because we saw what happened near the end. His pace really dropped off. And that's because, yeah, this is unfortunate with this internet issue. Oh, here, let me try to rush you into here before.
So right now, what are we doing? Waiting for players. They're resetting invites.
Well, yeah. No. Nobody, only like two drive. I think it was just you and him, really, that got kicked. Mostly the rest of the people are still in here.
Cool. I found another way to kind of tap in, and I think I'm only like maybe half or a second behind.
Okay.
Right now, so I think I'm gonna go this way. Stay off of the server. Leave as much server power for the drivers that are competing. Take my spectator right here to the live stream. Get active in the chat and support these drivers going forward,
for sure,
as well as my commentating teammates.
Looks like Wildcat is not here. Try to get him back in here, but all right, here we go. Formation lap begins. So with this, we didn't even do any of the maths.
I done the math. If Miller wins, and then if Limp doesn't get P5, he will win the championship. Miller will.
And the constructor.
Well, if Lennon goes show some work and Renzo as well, so. And if Limp gets P5 or above, he will win the championship, drivers' championship. And I can calculate the constructors right now if you want.
So we had Miller taking 8 points off of them. And then we had Landon taking 1. Then we had, because they didn't get full points, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 15 points difference, and they've clinched this. That's all they need now.
Yeah, that's slipping away from Aston.
Yeah. That means they have to go perfect with them not gaining 15 points. It's not looking good. So we have Miller and Anders on the hards, Lungy on the mediums, Paul hard, Renzo hard, Druid medium, Limp
Only
on hards. Yeah, only Hill on the softs with Landon and Will taking mediums.
I don't know about that. I'm hoping Hill knows something and can make something like that work.
He's relying on a safety car probably at this point.
Very early.
All right. So looks pretty good there, but Renzo fighting Lungy gets 2 positions on that start. What a start from him. I mean, they need it.
They do.
They need something special from them. Druid here fighting off, trying to get past, but Limp goes right past him like he's not even moving. Limp gets into P5.
Landon is going to have his work cut out for him trying to get past his ass. Have to do much because of the gap difference, but still, I know he would definitely like to finish
he's going for Lungy here. And he gets him.
Yep.
Wow.
Ooh, nice action with the output. Ooh, locks it up. But
All
does
right.
get that position actually right there.
Yeah, Limp and Renzo switching positions there. Landon doing a really good job getting into P5 here. And that alone right there, where Landon is right now, doesn't that clinch it? No. Fourth is 15, right?
Yeah, if he gets fourth, but I think he's going for more than that.
But Miller's already got 15, so so it's looking good for the Williams team as long as they can hold any position here. Anders being the third wheel here in the fight between the rest of the grid.
Miller is just right now playing cool and waiting for it to grab that position as soon as he can. He's going to stay in that. If he makes an unfortunate mistake or goes too early, he could risk that position. The Limp, who's right behind, take advantage of that as well. So he's going to need to be very calculated with this move.
Landon goes past Renzo. Can you send an invite to Wildcat?
Yep. There's an M play bro.
The fight. Oh my gosh, I'm missing all the passes here.
On the outside, he's off track and he hit. Oh my goodness, there's damage. That damage that he just pointed out to that Williams, that's not gonna help him right there.
Yeah, and it looks like here now they're attacking. So what looked really promising for them, it actually looks like it's switching positions now, with Limp going into P2, Miller in P3, and Anders. What just happened?
They're trying to go underneath.
Was that net coding? Because how did he lose every position there? And we have Renzo here going on the of Landon, but he doesn't get it. Racer X taking a penalty and a virtual safety car for, it looks like Racer X had a little bit of an accident back there and is missing his entire wing there. He's out there driving one of those, 1950 F1 cars now? The no front wing.
And Racer retires in pit lane.
Yeah.
He's out of there.
Yeah, not a surprise there with the...
That's got to sting any driver, at least having that last race, unless you're just ready to get out of the season.
Yeah.
That's got to sting the driver not to be able to finish the event. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
And Paul gets hit hard and Druid.
Oh, my gosh. Drive-through penalty.
Oh, Miller getting a really good jump here off of the restart, but he's not going to be able to get it yet. This isn't a spot you can pass. So we do have the fight we expected. from the Aston Martins and the Williams team. But I don't think... Oh! Something happened to Renzo in the back. Maybe he just lost it?
He clipped the wall.
Oh, he clipped the wall is why he did? Oh, dang.
He clipped the wall. Now both Williams
and there
are
he
going to
goes.
be strong, and they're going to work together against Limp, so we're going to see how that pans out.
And that should be pretty much it. As long as these guys, nothing crazy happens here. Which
has been happening.
Yeah, the constructors should be fine. So the gap... So Limp just has to stay near Miller. He doesn't have to beat Miller. He just has to stay near him. I think if he stays near him, he wins this in the Drivers' Championship. We get the front wing, the classic front wing while passing.
Oof. Broke through Miller.
Oh, there is a lot of... There's a lot of hitting there.
Oh, it almost looked like Landon was going to be able to go through on Limp for a moment there.
It looks like he is here, and he has the medium tires, so he does need a pass here. He does. He is on the alternative strategy, but Limp doesn't want to give it up.
No, he doesn't. But he's playing it very.
Yeah, he should concede though. There's no reason to let him. He's got the mediums. Just try to stay on the back of him. You're on the better tire strategy.
You know, there's something about that competitive nature of a driver, just knowing that somebody's going to put their front wing. And for a moment in time, I think they forget about the preservation of the drive and just say, I'm not letting it happen. I wish Lando may have some of that against Max Verstappen versus opening that door so much. I'm waiting to see McLaren be hell of competitive next season, especially Piastri doing a hell of a job today. Landon's out.
Yeah, Landon's trying to push. He's trying to push out of that gap here. But if you don't get out of it there... Oh, but look at his teammates trying to help him here. Oh, but he doesn't. He doesn't actually go. So he doesn't have to worry about it. See, but these... Oh, and he... I don't think he meant to slide that much.
Oh, yes. He lost the rear just a tad, which is going to cost him some space, which brought Limp closer into him. So that definitely was a costly error right there. And you already mentioned, Justin, the tire strategy is already also, you're kind of at a disadvantage. Making mistakes like that is going to cost you big time.
Yeah, and you can see there, Limp putting the elbow out there.
Hard.
Yeah, Limp not taking that.
No, he's not going to be bullied. He's not going to be It's going to cost Team Williams if they want to get him out of there. He's not going to make it an easy job for these two cars. And I gotta end him for that.
Yeah, and you got to keep an eye on Lungi here now. With these guys driving and fighting it out, Lungi is back into this race with the top.
Yes, he is.
The top 5 now are all up there.
With the AlphaTauri, especially Anders is sitting there waiting for these cars or these drivers battling out to make a mistake so he can find a way through, possibly get himself up in there. For how long, we don't know. You know, we still have several laps of this race left, so we don't know how long he'll be able to retain that. But if he gets an opportunity, you got to take it.
Yeah, but we see there Miller takes both Limp and Landon, and Landon concedes all the way back to 3rd now. Okay, he's keeping an eye on him here. Takes the wide berth through here. And he's going to get the exit. He will take 1st here. There's no... Oh, maybe not.
He's on that rear wing.
Maybe not. Okay, now they're both going through, it looks like. This is a heavy fight through here. Any of these drivers...
Outside.
Yeah, this is... The fighting... Anders is now wanting to get into this fight. He's done watching.
He is.
And now he's really hurting Landon here. Oh, and Landon takes a...
There's a slight bit of contact between drivers as Anders is trying to work his way through.
Yeah, I don't know about that one there. And a full. This triggers a full safety car. What?
Yes, Williams clips the wall.
And that triggers the full safety, though? That's insane.
That's crazy. How do we go to a full car off that?
I don't know. But this benefits drivers that are on mediums because now they can go onto the hards and they could get to the end. It won't be fun near the end, but they can get to the end.
Yeah, that is true. And we already have here Will in the pit, and Nikolai is in the pits. They're already making their way into the pits because they weren't there quite when the safety car came through. So a very good benefit for them, especially in that mid pack, to try to gain some advantage and have a decent fight in there. We should be able to see about the other top drivers when they come back around.
Vision to soft.
That's nothing wrong. I guess pay when try different. Left to right.
Exactly. We have most of the drivers going to the hards as we expected. A few drivers coming in from hards to mediums, so they're most likely either two-stopping. Well, they're two-stopping, but maybe they're hoping for another safety car.
Safety car, exactly.
Yeah, I can't believe there's so many. There's not supposed to be.
I think it's very likely that we do see another safety car.
Oh yeah, we'll try to look more at the middle. It's really hard to move from the front because there's like
so
four
much
drivers. I do understand what you mean. Yeah, we will try. We'll try. If we see a small gap, we'll definitely try to jump back there. I do understand. Yeah, action up front is it's hard because I don't want to leave it because I don't want to miss out from it. We're gonna get a double stack from the Williams team here, and we've seen this before where Landon barely gets affected. We may only lose about a second here. Oh, he doesn't even lose a second with that double stack. What an amazing double stack there from the Williams team.
That is crazy. If only Mercedes could duplicate something like that in real life.
Yeah, definitely need to. Yeah, we'll definitely try to keep an eye on. I know there's a few. There's been I think Druid and has been fighting the two McLarens. I mean the two Mercedes. But yeah, it's been hard. Limp now in first. I don't even know how many drivers have been in first.
Limp defending against two Williams. Anders in the wing, waiting for these three cars to make a mistake. Like it was hard to leave that battle. And go toward back and back. So please just bear with us. We will try, but there's so much enticing, watchable moments in front. It's just hard. I mean, nobody's going to pass up a very well roasted turkey and just go straight to the deviled eggs. All right. We will definitely show some mid-pack love eventually, but there is a definite battle on track right now between two drivers that are 16 points difference in a battle for
16 points, man. Okay, so Miller got P1, right? So that was 8 points. But then where did Limp end up? He ended up last, right? Or 8th? No.
I don't recall where Limp fell.
Where did KO? Do you remember where Limp ended up? Now that we're waiting here. I'm trying to remember that bad memory, that bad memory. It just happened. It just happened. Not even that long ago.
There's been, but
who remembers?
There's been so much that has transpired since then in the main event, so I can't blame you. I'm not gonna let anybody hold that against you.
Yeah, I think Limp had 1 point. I don't think he got more than one, which means there's a 7-point difference there. So it's nine difference. So they have a 9-point difference right now. Which means Limp just needs to stay next to him. It doesn't matter if he's in front of him or behind him. He just needs to be next to him because there's no gap between a position is 9 points.
Vision and Sunby getting some graces along with Miller on soft compound tires, getting a little bit of grace from being on this safety car, not having to be under pressure. But
I didn't even notice that he went to the softs.
He did go to soft compound, so evidently he's going to go for more than a 2-stop. He's going to have to with that, and maybe this might pay off depending on what happens in the next 4 or 5 laps. For him. That is crazy that he went there. I'm definitely interested to see how that's going to turn out.
Oh, I could see where Limp ended. He got six position gain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he was in 7th? Oh no, he was in 8th. Yeah, he was in 8th. So they have a 9-point difference right now.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a 9-point difference. Coming in this lap, Limp has been pretty good when it comes to restarts, so you shouldn't lose the position here off the gate. But he is on softs, so you never know. He is on these softs.
Hill in 6th and Renzo in 7th. Gonna look to see if Renzo's gonna try to push past Hill on that.
He's gotta try to push past him. I mean, it's not really. There's a low chance of them winning constructors, but I think just trying to get up there to help his teammate just a little bit would mean a lot. So,
and I do want to point out Haas with a 16-point difference in constructors with one Ferrari on track. Both Haas cars in front of that Ferrari. So they would definitely need to do a lot better than that if they plan to do so. But even so, them being in front of that Ferrari at 9 and 10, while the Ferrari is in 12th outside of the points, is not going to get them much. They'll cover some of that ground, but not cover enough.
All right, and we got here Limp getting passed from Miller, who is on those softs. So I wonder if he's going to try to push hard right now to get the DRS off, because he does have a lap before DRS gets enabled.
Interesting strategy if that is the case. Another gamble.
It would be a gamble if he tries it. I don't know. We'll see. If he starts blinking, we'll know. And, if he starts getting a gap. But it doesn't look like he is, which is weird because he is on the softs.
Yes.
And it looks like they are side by side again. They're really slowing each other down here. Limp on the inside, gets past him again. Is he going to finish it? He pushes him out wide, though. These elbows are definitely out. And Miller concedes the position for now. Yeah. He is blinking. Miller is blinking already. Interesting. Landon taking fastest lap.
Back up.
And Miller is going past again. This is crazy. I want to leave them, but they're so close to each other. I am not going to be the guy who misses some random accident if these two collide into each other. I'm watching it.
Between GP and Miller right there. Fastest lap being traded between the two.
Yeah, and then Landon gets it. But Limp goes past again. This has got to be the most times I've seen two drivers pass each other.
Tires, though.
Yeah, the soft tires. It's weird, right? It doesn't seem like those softs have pace.
No. It's been controversial all year.
In the game, too. The softs have not been very good, tires.
Yet Pirelli locking in their contract further in their relationship with Formula One, as so many people were waiting to see if a tire manufacturer battle was on the horizon. That quickly was put to rest. But please do still keep in mind things have changed between Pirelli and Formula One, as Pirelli now paid Formula One in order to be the tire supplier. And bullshit does walk.
DRS now enabled, meaning Miller is not going to get him off of him at all. Like they're together.
They are stuck.
Yeah, Miller's got to say, oh, what just happened? It's got to be last place, right? That triggered that.
Oh, dear.
It was Kumar. No.
Oh, it was Kumar.
The Ferrari falling.
Driving out there like he's in an old Ferrari now. Was the settings reduced? It feels like it wasn't. It's starting to feel like it was not reduced.
Missing that front wing.
And we get a disqualification by Sunby. Too many. Too many penalties. How many did he have before he left? He had 2 stop go. Oh, he probably got it from a drive-through, I bet. He probably never served it. Kumar now is out, it looks like. So Kumar is going to be out.
Yeah, he is out. He's definitely floated right.
Another one bites the dust. This Miller's starting to look big-brained because he saved his good tires now.
I said he's managed to do a thing or two, another full safety car. And that gamble, he just probably go to the craps table and try his hand there, maybe come home with a few.
Oh, and they stick. What is going on? These two are going to butcher each other's race. Oh, but everybody's staying out. Nobody's risking it. Nobody wants to be stuck behind the rest of these drivers. Oh, and Renzo. Renzo needs a re-invite. Vision goes to the pits.
Oh, man.
Is this smart for Miller to stay out, though?
Man, it is crazy.
I don't know. It is very crazy.
It is very abstract, I'm going to call it. But I have to say, Miller has proven to be an artist of weird things, and they all sometimes seem to come together at the right moment, but just unexpected. So I just want to see, is this going to be one of his David Copperfield tricks, and see how this turns out.
For sure. Wow. Oh, man, this is crazy. I don't think any of these drivers pit, really. Only Vision pit.
Which he's
getting ready to singular driver pit under this safety car. Some of them understandable. We have Lannon, Lungy, Hill, Will, Wildcat, Druid, Vision, I guess, pit. They're all on hards, so like you could make it to the end. It's better to take track position.
Yes,
with their tires. But the medium drivers and the soft riders, I guess so. Maybe. I guess we'll see. It's definitely interesting. This safety car here, the other one was fine. This one is gonna make things weird. Oh, and it's coming in though, so it's a short one. It's very short. I guess because nobody pit.
Let's see what we do. It's gonna be all on it.
Another restart here.
All right.
Oh, Renzo needs another re-invite. Dang, this is not good for them. He's going to lose crucial positions here. And his bot even pits. Oh, his bot is sabotaging him.
Oh, my gosh.
But we have a really good start. Miller actually pits. Why did Miller pit?
Miller did pit. He's going to come off the soft tires and probably go on hards.
Oh, Paul. We got another safety car. Was that already triggered?
Zone 3, full safety car.
So that pit isn't that bad anymore. The Miller pit isn't
looking like a straight genius right now. He's looking like Nostradamus of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix right now.
You know who else is too? Renzo's bot.
Renzo's bot, right?
Renzo's bot also pit.
That was the Matrix. Renzo having the bot fill in at the right time, had all the inside track information, went to pit, go right in behind the safety car.
Bro just came in. What is that? He hit after safety car? Oh, did he get hit off the safety car? Can't tell if that's... Oh my gosh, Renzo, his bot is doing a good job, but he cannot get back into this race. Constantly being kicked.
AI is at a premium these days.
Wow. So Lannon's there too.
But did Miller come back out? Offs?
Miller came back out on softs. The man knows something we don't know.
That we don't, right?
Because that's almost 15 laps. on softs still?
Because there wasn't 5
No,
laps that went by.
he's
before we
definitely on
entered another
softs.
sector.
I guess so. I don't understand why we have this one.
I don't either. That one right there, I think was unneeded. But we've probably seen several, Formula. Maybe
Miller
they have
in the pits again.
He
That
is in the
strategy now not smart. Now he's gonna go to something like a medium, which is what I thought he was going to, because that's the tire that he. He had wing damage or something.
I don't know.
He took a long pit. He's still on softs.
Still on softs.
He went on to a new pair of softs. I don't know what's going on.
This is
got
very
a tire
odd.
glitch. Only have softs. Ooh, the man is driving the soft strat because he's got that. I've had it before where the game doesn't give you any other tire. You only have a single tire and you have to keep using that. So he's got this tire glitch of soft.
Oh, that sucks.
The game won't let him grab any other tire.
EA
Terrible.
Sports, if you ever happen to watch this is such an indictment on you and the programming. Please get it together.
So the crazy thing is they're doing an official race today. And this is the state of their game right now? That's not good.
Not at all. Not at all.
Usually you want it to be in a stable condition.
Facts. I would like to see what their situation is looking like. Is that rain? Was that lightning?
Let me look at the data. There's no chance of rain.
No chance of rain, so I don't know what that flash was.
it's your visor. It's on your visor. It's in your visor.
Yeah, I got a George Russell thing going on.
It's just sweat. It's just sweat.
It's just sweat.
Oh no, what is going on?
Oh, Vision is DNF'd.
We are.
Oh, it's in the pits.
Are we in a glitch right now, or is just people constantly pitting causing the safety car not to go in?
I can't even honestly answer that right now.
Had a crazy weekend though. They're pros.
What's going on, Alex? Y'all in the chat. Alex, Gene, other Alex. It's not, I don't know, maybe it's Alex. Big shout out to everybody for this race stream, last Racing DZ Racing Series. We really do appreciate you being in a race week and other events going on, and definitely still refrigerators full of Turkey Day food. You still chose to come kick it with DZP, so big shout out to you all.
Exactly. Yeah, Gene, I think they've canceled at least I know of 2 events that they've canceled in the official esports. So I'm not sure, but I know they definitely canceled two of them. Because we were thinking of trying to go to the one in Vegas, and then they canceled the Vegas one. Or I guess it was supposed to be Vegas, and then they switched to Atlanta or something, and we were still going to try to go to that one, but then they canceled it. They canceled the U.S. land. But we are here. The safety car is finally going to disappear for the first time. I think we've almost done the same amount of laps under safety car as we have free.
Right.
But we are here. Limp in P1. Landon in P2.
Miller all the way down to 10th.
Yeah. The guy is driving the super soft. He's doing that strategy, you know. How many pits can you do and still get points?
Reminds me of the Tootsie Roll Pop commercial. And the owl. Got that vision right now.
Get that vision. Yeah,
Miller.
Renzo and Druid here. Oh, Renzo's still disconnecting. Druid, you better not get caught.
Right.
Better not get caught by that bot. That bot better not catch you, Druid.
That's like getting tackled by the kicker. You don't want to get tackled by the kicker.
Yeah, don't get tackled by the kicker there. But we got Will here fighting against Miller.
Yes. Oof. A little twitch right there. Miller's going to go around, and he
Miller's
has that
got
position.
him now.
Yeah, definitely. Will losing a little bit of touch right there definitely didn't help his case to prolong his position. But I do think at the end of the day, that position was going to be Miller's, regardless, being on soft compound tires, and they are in good standing given laps with the safety
new
car.
softs.
Right, new softs.
The man's on new softs.
Yeah, that was only going to happen eventually.
Exactly. We could see there Landon actually losing the space on Anders, so he has limp all to himself. Miller going fastest.
Yep, fastest lap. 124.71.
Renzo goes into the pit. I'm actually not sure if that's Renzo or the bot. At this point, I have no idea.
The bot definitely likes the pit action. It has a pit finish every 2 or 3 laps.
All right, Miller here going past again because he's got these mega softs on. Doesn't even need DRS. DRS not required.
Not enabled right now.
Yes.
Okay, he's just flying. He's up to 5th position already, and
we actually see Hill here too. Man, these guys are all fighting.
They are. Now, mind you, we do have 5 cars that have been DNF'd out of this event, and 4 cars DNF, 1 disqualified.
1 disqualified, yeah.
All right.
I think some of it due to server issues. I think Renzo's also like he's only back there because of server issues.
True.
But we have here Will getting past here, and he might even lose 2. While Hill goes way wide.
We're way wide off track.
Yeah.
That definitely did not help at all.
Yeah, that guy was I think he almost forgot where the track was. I think he was afraid he was gonna get hit. But Oh, we're missing it.
Oh, it's
Anders getting past there, but DRS now enabled, so I think he should get it on the next one.
This is about to change the landscape very quickly.
And this is gonna change it all. Yes, Miller is a monster. He could do so much.
Third, oh my goodness.
Oh, Landon here now. He's got to be patient. He's got the hards. Let these mediums on limp just die. Let it get ruined. And I think Landon is a good spot to win this race.
He's
there.
Strategically,
he's there. He just needs to pass him near the end of this race. And we've seen him do this before. We've seen him race a really good race. I think he got P3 once by just going long on a tire, but preserving them. And then right at the end, he is able to get that position using patience, not overextending out, not ruining your tires.
Exactly.
So I think that's what we're seeing here. He's definitely on the hards. I mean, his teammates catching him too. That's even another plus. So, if there's no need to push past him because you're trying to help your teammate. You're trying to help your teammate here. So let's see. So 15. Oh, wow. Do you understand if Landon passes him and then Miller gets past both of them, Miller wins this. Miller wins all of it.
Yes, all of it. Williams is constructor lock, and then Miller
would get it. So Limp cannot afford to lose this next position. So Landon does go past, which is fine, right? Oh, but he's got to give it back up to his teammate. So that's where I was talking about. Like, it was fine that they were the other way because then Limp could get attacked. But now Landon's gonna have to give this position up. He'll probably do it here. since there is not a DRS. I always think there's a DRS there, but it's a very short corner. There used to be one there, right? But we have here, he's going to give it up through the first one, which will set him up, set Miller up to try to pass Limp on the second one, I think. So Brian is Miller, so he's in P3.
Limp's teammate in ninth spot. I'd like to point out Nikolai in the Haas up to 5th, while his teammate is out of the race holding on while they were in a strong battle, 16-point difference between Ferrari. That although Kumar is out of the other Ferrari, Nikolai being by himself, they will not make that up. Had his teammate been there and Kumar fell out, and just say perhaps his teammate or one of them were able to creep into the 4th spot and 5th spot, then maybe we're looking at something completely different. That would have been awesome for them.
Yeah. And we also have an interesting thing where Miller has not passed Landon still.
His team, no, yeah. He's just being patient. He is on a soft compound tire, so he does have a lot more to risk if he's pushing hard unnecessarily, whether it's his teammate or not. So right now, Miller's going to have to be really calculated. Either a safety car, either he just tries to preserve those soft as much as possible and pushes them to the break of braking, and hopefully that he can outdrive Landon. I don't see that. The hard compound tires are going to be there. Limp is on mediums, and that's going to be a risk. So I don't know what Miller could pull off, but I never put anything past Miller. Like I said, he's Jason Voorhees. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it could be that. It could be Miller actually trying to preserve his tires to try to make it to the end. And that's why he's not passing them yet. But he could do the same thing behind Limp. So there's no need to be behind his teammate.
Yeah, but then I guess the other thing is, too, the type of teammate working. You know, sometimes I've realized Miller has such a patient mind.
Yeah.
In my experience of knowing him, that he doesn't make unnecessary moves like this. So to him, maybe right now we just stay in the slip, stay as a team. You know, he's pulling me along.
Exactly.
We've got 7 more laps. Maybe Miller goes and makes his move when we're 4 or 3 laps out. And also maybe he's just pacing the group, trying to see what's the lap time.
Ooh,
what does he?
No Hill.
Oh my gosh.
Hill pressures, or Druid pressures Hill, and he's, there goes that gap. But yes, so let's look at tires now that we've been sitting on 15 laps, 8 laps on these softs.
Oh,
I know some of them are artificial, right? Like there's a good handful of the hard and the medium runners where they weren't actually true laps, but still, these are a lot of laps, even for all of these tires.
Right, and safely laps.
And we can see there now, Limp getting passed by Landon. So Landon's showing the fastest pace here. So the interesting thing here, right, is Landon hasn't won in a long time, right? But if Miller passes him, he has to give it up, right? Like, you got to give your teammate. But it's just like, oh, and look at, you can see Limp. Oh,
yeah, Miller's making a move. He's off track in the Aston Martin. That's not going to help his case with Miller.
No, and now he's fighting extra aggressive here.
He's really pressing.
Wow.
And he's Miller moving squirrely on the track. That doesn't help either. So it's kind of a push at this point in time. Limp making a mistake. Miller making a mistake. The thing is, Miller has definitely compromised his soft compound tires at this point in time. What can he make happen down this main straight?
How does he still have this much pace on those tires? Wow.
I'm just the funny thing is, I'm not surprised.
I know, it's just amazing. Now we're getting to a spot where what happens here? Because Limp's gonna continuously attack him, right? Is Landon gonna now? They are. I think Landon's gonna swap and be and he's gonna literally be a cushion for him.
Yep, he's gonna stream. He's gonna pull him along, and we're gonna see how effective this will be at this point in time. Like you were ready to point out, the tire strategy as well.
See, now he's gonna let him go. He's gonna build a gap here, and if they pull this off,
teamwork. This is teamwork for you people.
If this happens, Landon has to be given. He needs to give him something, because this is the biggest help I've ever seen.
This is gonna be MOD territory for Landon.
Wow, this is crazy. This is nuts.
Oh my gosh.
With the 3-second penalty too, Landon doesn't have, and like, look, you can see the gap. Landon now no longer has DRS. He doesn't want DRS with his teammate anymore, because he's actually trying to leave his teammate.
He's pushing,
to just make sure.
Back
but
breaking that,
we don't have that many laps left. I know that the softs are gonna die. Like, they're not gonna blow, but they're gonna die. So I think Landon needs to build the biggest gap he could possibly build, because you're going to be like, but he has such a good gap already, but those tires are going to drop off so bad. He's going to need this time. He's going to need this pace.
Need to try to break the slipstream from Limp as well, trying to do everything he can to slow him up and push that gap bigger and bigger.
Exactly.
Like we already said, the good thing is Landon's on hards, Limp's on medium, so we're still talking about an off tire strategy. So right now, his hard tires should be way have a little bit more life in them than those mediums. And also, Landon hasn't been unnecessarily fighting because his teammates been behind him as well. So there's some things there that can take place where this is going to end up a very good situation for Miller. And Miller's definitely going to owe Landon a filet mignon steak dinner with wedges and anything else he wants for dessert. Definitely.
I honestly don't think those mediums are in a good place. I don't think Limp's mediums are in a good spot. He actually led a lot of these laps. And him and Landon were swapping who was leading, but Landon's on the hards, which it doesn't matter. It's gonna last.
Yeah.
But Limp hasn't, and he has a 3-second penalty as well. So all he's trying to do is make sure there's a big enough gap so that when his teammates' tires fall off, he could still win this.
He could still win it.
Because Landon doesn't know how much pace those softs are gonna just drop. So every bit of it, he has to keep Limp behind him as much as possible, because you don't know how much they're gonna fall off.
He's just out there 3 seconds, close to 3 seconds. 2.8, 2.9 seconds. So he's almost outside of that 3-second time range, which basically will not make him ineffective. But if he's inside of that, there's still an opportunity. As you see right there, people on the screen, 3 seconds for Limp right there as far as time penalty.
Yeah, he's got the 3, which is hurting him as well, especially with Landon in front of him. So he's giving him dirty air on these mediums. You can see, look at how bad these tires have gotten. Look at how far Miller has dropped in just one. Like, he must have made a mistake as well, but this is why Landon needs to continuously be there with Limp. He doesn't want to leave him. Landon's going to want to stay with him because he needs to control Limp's pace.
Fact.
Because he doesn't know how much his teammate.
Than Limp, but Limp has better tires than Miller at this point in time.
Pretty much. So... Oh, and you got Nikolai still trying to get Anders. He's been stuck behind him for like the better half of this second half, trying to get that P4. Oh, but this 3, 1, 2, 3. This is.
Hey, did you see the mistake? Limp slipping and sliding around those tires, those medium tires, showing that they are compromised, as well as Miller's soft, because that gap is not as big as it was before, not as large as it was before.
Yeah, Miller's tires are just dying. They're full dying.
And Peyton knows that these laps are closing down. Limp is going to start pushing. Landon's going to have to defend way more aggressively.
Oh, he puts his nose in.
He's going to go in the inside. He's got it.
That's not what Landon needed. That's the exact opposite.
That's, oh my gosh. And there, oh my gosh. It falls apart.
And he's
so
even
beautiful just became so ugly.
No, I don't think Landon should have went through that corner with him. I do understand maybe there's a penalty later on, but from what I could tell, he probably shouldn't have done that. And Miller's tires are completely shot.
Oh my gosh, Miller's slipping and sliding around. Now he's trying to push to stay out of the jaws of life.
Oh no!
And right now he is definitely sweating. There's too much left in this race at this point in time. This is not the final lap. Miller is going to have to pull more than a rabbit out of his hat. It's going to have to be something like an ostrich, something very large. And
he doesn't need just a rabbit. He needs Landon to miraculously become the fastest driver in existence to get back
ever
into there with them.
You don't even see Landon right now down as they're coming down.
No, you don't. Not at all. But
he away. That's nowhere.
But Limp needs to get P3 for them to win this. For Miller to win this, Limp needs to get P3.
I can say that right now it's looking very dark. It's spooky hours, as my man Baraka would say. It's spooky hours right now.
It is spooky hours, and Landon's tires, his tires are gone. He's actually losing pace to the 1 and 2. And you can see there,
taking fourth place.
Yeah, but Miller's still with him, so he could still win this race. As he does have the 3-second time penalty. Maybe there's even a penalty later on. I don't know. But Landon needs to get on it and try to reduce that time as much as possible, just in case he can fight for.
That's a lot of time for him to reduce in one lap.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Limp would have to make a horrible error right now, and hopefully not wreck out the Williams so close behind him in order for that to make even something remotely look possible. At this point in time, Landon just made a crucial error. I think fighting a bit too hard instead of being reserved, taking the DRS, knowing his tires should be better than Limp, and then just making the switch back at another part of the track and putting himself in front. I think he just made a strategic error right there. Yeah.
But you can see here, Miller and Limp, they're together, but I don't think he's really slowing him down. He needs to try to slow. I guess you can't when you're on the broken softs. You can't really slow the guy down. You can only go as fast as him. You can only go as fast as the guy that wants you to go. And as we come here, we are coming to the end. We also have Nikolai's going to be attacking as well, since we're coming to the end of this race. And Limp is in first right now. Side by side. They're still side by side. The moral victory he's trying to get. I'm going to get first past the line, but no, Miller is going to still try to get it. They're going to go side by side here through the final corner. Miller is going to take it on the track as well.
He's going to get it.
Takes it.
Limp makes a small error right there, and Miller is going to take the checker flag. He's going to take it.
Still takes it.
Let's go.
Landon takes third. Anders takes fourth, with Nikolai still holding on to P5. Lungi should take P6. And sadly, Renzo in.
I need to say, right?
Yeah. Limp.
He's in 3 champion.
He should be. He should be. Maybe there's petitions, but for now, he is. He definitely is by count.
He is by.
But Renzo gets P.
3 points ahead.
Oh, Renzo takes P8 with Druid taking P7. Actually, Will taking P8. Renzo dropping all the way to P9. Hill doing his classic thing and getting P10. He does this all the time. Oh my god, that was so exciting. I forgot to do a driver of the day, Paul. With Nikolai getting it from the game. Let me do that still. Oh my gosh.
That was solid. I know we said we were going to go midfield, people, but that was too much.
I mean, we tried.
Front. It was too crazy for us to leave that. And as you saw, at any given point in time, had we left that battle, we would have missed a butt ton of action. So please forgive us for we do the best that we can.
But Miller wins it here in Abu Dhabi, takes his 6th win, but the winner of it all right now is looking to be Limp. So Limp is going to be our first 2-time driver of our champion.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Well-fought battle. Way to get through there. 2 Williams teaming up against you. Your teammate not there for you to contribute, much like Alonso has this season. You held it together, much well-deserved and broken. The show was awesome. That strategy was crazy. We didn't know what to expect, but I think we got more than we expected out of that.
That was amazing. He needed to do that for sure. Like, that's the thing. He needed to do... Wait a minute. Are those points correct?
Is that? Oh,
that's 14. Sorry. That's 14, not 16. He lost by 2. Yeah. I for some reason read the numbers wrong. Wow. I don't know about you, but that was exhausting. It was exhausting. In a good way. Oh my gosh.
Big shout out to the Wolfpack fan participating in DZP series.
Everybody.
Much from you all. Big shout out to the DZP crew and everybody else participating. That was an awesome display of racing. Just the level is definitely improving and making other drivers better.
Yeah, we will be doing interviews if you guys want to do any. We could do some interviews and chat with a few of them. I do want to chat with definitely Landon, who is probably a little upset with himself. What will happen? But I think it's hard. It's hard to know. It was from just seeing what happened. It's hard to know who was at fault in that. But let me put up the driver of the day poll really fast.
Yeah, let's see what the people say. Let's see what the people think who the driver of the day is.
So obviously we put Limp and Miller. Who else do we put? We put Landon. And we only get one more. The new guy, Anders, right?
Yeah.
And if there's somebody not on this list, feel free to just say it.
Yeah.
In the chat, we'll accept that as well. But driver of the day pulls up. Let me go into Discord, and we will go into a different channel so we can continue chatting. So let's go to the driver's briefing one. All right. If you can, Wolfpack, if you could join me in here, that'd be nice. I don't know if you can hear me. All right, let's do this. Oops, I just reset everything. All right, but we do have the driver of the day poll up. Feel free to vote as we wait for people to come in. Because we'll have people coming in to the for interviews. Let's start here. We could start here. Let's see where. Let's try to get Wolfpack in here if we can. Oh, here we go. Here he is. Invite to talk.
What's going on?
All right, here we go. So we're here. Let me get this all set up. You know. All right, if Hill wants to come here and talk, we can invite him in. I wouldn't mind talking to him. Oh wow, man, that was a crazy finish for sure. Okay, it doesn't look like he's gonna come in, but let's talk to our race winner then, if he wants to come up. Congratulations on the race win here, getting
Awesome
your sixth win of the season. Unfortunate about the championship though.
Yeah.
The drivers.
Probably the most intense race we've ever had.
I'm so happy I invited him for this. It was so, like, when there wasn't a safety car, it was crazy. It was one of the craziest races
mayhem.
ever.
Yeah. What were you thinking about on that strategy, bro?
I had no option available because I had no medium tires at all. I think it was a glitch because when I went to my strategy, it had me on soft, hard. And I'm like, no, go to hard, medium. And there was no mediums. And I'm like, okay, I'll try and stretch the hards as long as I can. But then we had so many safety cars, I had to pit. So I thought about going back onto the hards, but I didn't know how much life was left in them. So I'm like, well,
yeah.
And then at the end, I was literally just trying to not have the tires blow up.
Yeah, that was an awesome job.
At 70% on the rear, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, awesome we almost watched a masterclass happen.
It was a great championship.
It was close too. Well, awesome. and like the fight for it. But congratulations on the constructors, because you did win the constructors by doing that. So not all lost, just half of it.
Yep.
So congratulations, Williams.
I don't take second place to limp as a loss. That's a pretty good thing.
That's not
I'll take it.
That would have been crazy to have the trifecta, like the championship, the winning race, and the championship. But that was a crazy drive by Limp, even battling those two Williams cars for that long. That was nice.
Yeah, no one made it easy on Limp for sure.
I mean, not easy for you either.
No.
You had the glitch. I mean, when the glitch happened, I was like, he's got to do this, right? Like it's what he does. When stuff bad happens, it means he does these crazy things that makes him just end up doing the best thing ever. But
yeah, well, I mean,
just fell a little short
there because the only way I was going to actually win on track was if he held up Limp. And he did, and I was like, "Oh, we're fine." And then all of a sudden, my tires were gone. I was like, "Oh, we're not fine." But yeah, I mean, I think Landon was trying to hold him up a little bit more when he saw my pace drop off, and that's why they got so close on track.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'll take it. It was great. It was a fun race.
No, he was definitely fighting him. But we'll talk to him about that but yours, that was incredible. I can't believe you were able to win it on track on those softs.
Honestly, I don't know if Limp gave it to me or not.
I don't think it did.
Maybe
his tires were bad too. His tires were bad. They were really bad. You could see it. He was sliding a lot. So, he was definitely, but good job there, getting six wins for the season.
Thank you. Yeah, I got the most wins at least.
I think you got the most wins. Just gotta work on that overall.
Yeah.
But I mean, you did everything you could today. Just wasn't in it for you. Is there anything else you would like to say?
No, just good season to everybody. I mean, I was surprised at the quality of racing we had, as far as people being fair on track all season long, and
of course,
much less accidents happening than we had prior seasons. And then we also had some new guys come in with some great speed. We had someone else win a race. So it was great.
We did. We had a new person to add to the very lonely group of people.
Yeah.
For who can win a race with. Yeah. It's like 4-5 people. 5 people?
If you don't count sprints, yeah, I think it's only 4 or 5.
You don't count the sprint. It's a qualifier.
I think it's
so,
5. Landing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was great.
But yeah, good job.
Thank you.
All right, man. We're gonna now talk.
Here.
Yeah, we're gonna try to talk to Limp here. Hopefully he accepts. Hopefully he accepts it. Congratulations on your drivers championship. That's 2 now for you.
Yeah, big congrats, man. That was an awesome display of performance and competitive nature there.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, that fight.
It was a long race, for sure. Like, felt like a never-ending race with multiple safety cars, and yeah, just never ended.
The spots between the safety cars were amazing. Like you guys were fighting. That's the thing about the safety car, right? It like kept making you guys all fight each other over and over again. So I could see where you guys were all tired and then no safety car late into like the safety cars you couldn't really go in because there was too many drivers so close. After that first one, but you're able to do it. You didn't get the win for the day, but you got the victory overall. So I think that's always a win, right? And you had to fight 2. You weren't just fighting 1; you were fighting 2 Williams there. That was
sketchy. Like so close on like in every corner. We like elbows out, kind of. It was really, really close and sketchy.
Definitely.
So,
There was a lot of side by side without incident. But with that, you tend to get things that happen every now and then, which is understandable. But like the amount of side by side all of you guys were driving, even like the mid pack and all that, it was amazing to watch that none of you guys really crashed into each other too much and things like that. It was mostly just side by side racing, which was really nice. And obviously photo finish. Well, kind of photo finish to the last corner.
I tried everything because I'm not sure, but I
how were your tires?
Get the 3 seconds removed. So
okay.
The thing is, I got a warning on the way into the pit, and that's like I didn't cut the corner or nothing like that. It just I got a warning for something. Like
Interesting.
That, so,
we'll see how everything pans out. I mean, you are the driver champion, but you never know. But it hasn't been official yet. But yes, how everything looks, it is you, and maybe you get a win as well. But we'll see near the end. How was your tires near the end of that? Because I know they were like 18 laps old or 19 laps old or
they
something.
Were awful. So things I only had 1 set of mediums, so
you can't go for mediums again.
No, that's the problem. I thought I had 2, but I only had 1, so that kind of ruined the plan. Because if I would have 2, it would have helped my plan, I guess. Yeah. But they were like I think 68 or something at the end. So and rears they dropped fast. The rear I think dropped on lap like 23 or something. But the all in all just bad. And somehow I got Rob back, so that's good. And that's I needed to do that. If not,
you needed to, because if he was in front, the count would have given them the win. Or would have given Brian Miller the win. So
championship. So
hell of a race. You kept it close so that you could do that. So good job.
I would like to. How much of a problem was Landon for you before you made that error? Did you feel confident that at some point in time you were going to get by him? Did the tire situation come into play? Like, if he doesn't make that mistake, where do you feel you still sit at this point in time at the end of that race?
Oh I was definitely afraid of his. Like, he had nothing to lose in that same way, so he could like do whatever to win and not lose out a championship. So I was kind of like trying to I'm not sure, to be honest. Like I had no plan, just drive fast and not be overtaken, but that didn't happen. So yeah, but yeah, yeah, not sure. Sketchy. Yeah. But
right.
tire-wise, I didn't know, or like I think he had better tires. So yeah, think so. Not sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks and congratulations again. I know it isn't official, but congratulations on your second championship. And
Thanks.
hopefully we'll see you again next season
Of course.
to defend it now.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna show, of course. Like, yeah.
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 I'm excited to see.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah.
So we did do the driver of the day poll, and it was Miller that won driver of the day, which isn't a surprise. I think he did everything he could do to try to win the drivers championship, and just fell short because of it. I mean, it happens. And let's see. Let's bring in your teammate. It was unfortunate with the disconnections from Renzo to see maybe there was a chance for you guys to challenge for constructors, but I think overall P2 in constructors is really strong. So congratulations to both of you guys on that.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a challenge today. It was not easy.
Yeah.
Things weren't really working with me. The game wasn't. In the sprint, I had issues with my clutch because I recently got a new wheel which wasn't working. So, yeah, today didn't go as planned, but well, it is what it is.
For sure. Yeah, because of that, you guys really didn't have a chance to fight it. But with how strong Miller and Landon were, it probably wouldn't have mattered too much, anyways, because they would have been with you guys fighting. But I think it would have made it a little bit easier for the drivers. I think Limp would have appreciated it if he didn't have to fight two people on his own.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping I'll be there next season.
Yeah,
well,
I hope.
just be there I'll be there in the races, but hopefully be up there with the other guys.
Of course, for sure.
That is the goal.
I'm hoping as well, because I would love to see this fight for P1 again in the constructors. And it was really nice to watch both your teams just continually separating yourself from the rest of the group, but still always being right next to each other the whole time, pretty much. Which was really fun to watch all the way up to the end. Is there anything
definitely.
you would like to say?
Well, I suppose just thank you for organizing this season, setting this up every week.
For sure.
It's been really fun.
Yeah, same.
It was a pleasure of ours as well.
What Renzo said. Yeah.
Yeah, we love watching it. I love watching you guys race, like especially the cleaner, like when it's so clean, like it was today. It's so fun to watch you guys side by side fighting it out. There's nothing better. So
yeah. Hopefully there will be a little bit more of that on my side in next season.
You know, I would love to see you get a P1. We almost saw Landon get his first race victory again in a long time. Maybe had a chance, but who knows? It's hard to know.
It's hard to know, but I do hope I will be able to get my first win next season.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Of course.
You know, I think Landon could have won that race if he wasn't trying to help me.
For sure.
Yeah, just throwing that out there. I think he had better tire life than the both of us.
I think he did. Yeah. Me and Jay were thinking that. We're like, so does he, when he got past Limp and had a decent gap from him, we were like, is he gonna just leave? It's like
Right.
it's like if he leaves, I don't think either of these guys can ever catch him again, because it's just his tires are only going to get better, not worse. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, he definitely had that win if he wanted it, but he was a team player. We tried, but came up a little short in the end.
I mean, yeah, I think he understood that, and he's a fast driver, and I think he'll be able to get one again sometime. So,
oh, for sure,
it's not a big issue for him.
Yep.
All right, let's see.
Hello.
Hey, tough day out there with that DSQ, huh?
You don't say. It's totally the first time, and not like the 6th time or something. I had this because, like, you know, the overlays, it says where like you have 15 seconds to slow down. I had none of it, not even like pit entry speed when I needed to box and such.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I got, after the first safety car restart, I got punted in the rear by Nikolai.
Oh, I see.
After that, my race was just screwed.
It happens, man. It happens. But
yeah,
it was nice to see out there. Unfortunate what happened, and safety cars everywhere. So it's hard when you get a bunch of resets. You know, anything could happen when those resets happen. So
yeah, I was actually like, funny enough, I didn't do any practice, and I was actually feeling quite well because I had a good start in the sprint and also in the race. I made up a few places, but yeah, got kind of screwed by the game and such.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for racing as many times as you could, and hopefully we'll see you next season.
Maybe as a driver, maybe as a team principal, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Yeah, but thanks for joining.
You're welcome.
All right, I think that's pretty much everybody that we had here. Any last words before we leave at?
No, I appreciate you guys for having me, and that I appreciate all the drivers who put on an excellent display of racing today, and definitely dealing with and sticking with it even after the hard times of the glitch. And so I commend you all for putting today's event on.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. And you know, that's Wolfpack Performance. He does a bunch of F1 content. Obviously, they just finished, but he'll probably be still doing stuff through the off season, I would assume. And then he'll have his Grudge Racing series, which we'll definitely be a part of. So we'll let you guys know about that when it comes up and all that kind of stuff. But thank you for joining us. You could see him on YouTube as well at Wolfpack Performance. So thanks for joining us for the final. How about you, Kale?
Last thing I want to say, well done to everyone that raced this season, and well done to Limp for winning the championship and the Williams team for winning the constructors.
For sure.
And that's about it. And I, not congratulate, but I hope everyone will race. Same people next season.
Hope everybody comes back next season. We will next 2 months. We will be posting stuff about like the next season and how you sign up and all that kind of stuff, and doing all the stuff we usually do. And we will, just like last season or last time, we'll be on an off season for a pretty long time, but we'll be doing stuff over the next 2 months, and our start of next season will be close to the end of January or the start of February. That's usually where we start. So if you're wondering when we would start league racing again, that's when. But we'll still always be doing stuff on the side as well, here and there. So feel free to join our Discord at Delta Zero. But with that, This was the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the Champions Series Season 3 finale. I was your host, Steaky One. I was here with KO and Jay from Wolfpack Performance. And we'll see you all next time.
All right, take it easy, y'all.
That's it.